A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
We take you now to Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern. What do you late meat to eat? Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Huh? A pink elephant just walked into the room? Duffy, you better take another look. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just Mrs. Duffy in a nightgown. I'm busy now. I'm going over the books for 1945. Yeah, I'll call you back. Now, let me see here. The black ink is the liabilities, and the red ink is the assets.
What you doing there, Miss Arthur?
Don't bother me now, Eddie. Now, let's see. First, we take the overhead. We can raise that up. Now, that'll make room for the fiscal. Let's see, that's $23,840. Now, next we take cash on hand, 85 cents. Let's see, that's a difference of, let me see. You push the 85 into the 23. Thank you, Eddie. That gives us 623. Now, carry the 3. That's 2436. Scratch out the 6 and carry the 3. That's 7623. Carry the 3. That 3 is a pest. That gives us 6 decimal point 843,000. Eddie, I think there's a shortage.
Did you shove over all them ciphers?
Every one of them. Holy cat, if these figures don't come out even, I'm really going to be in a hole.
Hello down there.
I can't account for such a big loss. I think I better go over the figures again.
Well, you got $2 million. Want to try for 4? And what a bookkeeper.
What a bookkeeper? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I've been doing this stuff for years. Perhaps you forget that I was only the head bookkeeper of the oyster division of the Fulton Fish Market.
I beg your pardon.
Of course. And the owner of the fish market, Sir Isaac Fulton himself, he used to think I was a genius. He'd look over the books and say, Archie, you've got the greatest fish head I ever seen. Boy, was I fast at figures. Like crazy lightning, Eddie.
Hey, but did you get the right answer?
Well, you got to sacrifice something for speed. You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe my mind is working too fast for my pencil. I think I better go over these figures again, just in my head.
Well, that gives you a nice, spacious working quarter.
Yes. Well, let me see here. 85 cents into 23840. Now we take the 0. What? makes it 00. Now, we kill the hypotenuse.
Say, you're ignoring me.
Oh.
I just come in to tell you that I got a job delivering orders for Colucci, the fruit peddler.
You got a job working for Colucci?
Only temporary, Arch. His horse is laid up.
Glad to hear you're working. Maybe you can pay us some of the dough you owe us.
Okay, Arch. To what extent am I delinquent?
You are extinct to the delinquency of 45 cents.
For what?
For 6 dinners. And 12 cocktails.
Oh, but that don't come to 45 cents.
You forget the carrying charges.
Oh, no, you don't, Arch. I walked out of here.
And again, carrying charges as bookkeeper. Now, tell me, how much is Colucci paying you per diem?
Per diem?
Yeah. Per week.
Oh. Let me... Oh, he pays me a quarter.
Hey, Colucci is paying you a quarter a week?
Yeah, but it ain't as good as it sounds, Arch. I got to work 14 hours a day.
But Finnegan, the guy is jipping you. I bet you he paid the horse more than that.
Yeah, but Arch, I'm just starting. I can't compare myself to a horse with 5 years' experience. Besides, there's a chance for a steady job.
How do you mean?
Well, that horse ain't getting no younger. Say, by the way, what time is it?
It's 10 after 5.
Oh, boy, I better get back to work quick.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the rush?
Well, the horse only takes 10 minutes for dinner, and I don't want Colucci to think I'm expecting favors just because I'm a human being. Well, so long, Arch.
Now, let's see here. Got to figure how much money is owed to us. Oh, yeah, here it is. Accounts payable. Bunchwager, the butcher, owes us 80 cents. Chin Lee, the French dry cleaner. 20 yen. Here we are. Cavendish, the undertaker. You think he'd pay his bills after all the business he's got out of this joint, huh?
Yeah. It would just serve him right if we improved our food.
Yeah. Here's another one. Joe Hennessy. Dinner for 2, 35 cents. He can afford to pay. I'm going to give that guy a ring. Hello? Oh, hello, Mrs. Hennessy. Look, I've just been going over our books, and according to our records, your husband brought you in here for dinner last Tuesday, and he didn't... Huh? That wasn't you he brought in. Ain't you a tall blonde with a red hat? Oh. Well, when he gets out of the hospital, tell him to drop in and see us.
Man, what a diplomat you are.
Huh?
What a diplomat you are.
Well, Hetty, how was I supposed to know the dame wasn't his wife? They was fighting all through dinner. Now, let's see. I think everybody on this block must owe us money. Look ahead. Baganucci, $1.20. Kokolansky, 65 cents. Damianovich, Goldberg, Giannini, Mark Schneller, Epstein, Jones. Jones? What's this neighborhood coming to? Hello? Huh? Oh, hold the line. Miss Duffy, you want it on the phone.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, hello, Clarence. Yes, this is you gorgeous, beautiful doll?
Has he got the wrong number?
What? Oh, Clarence. But Clarence, that isn't fair to Lana Turner.
This guy must have a snoot foot.
What am I doing tonight? Well, I have a date, but... Huh? Either I go out with you or you'll kill yourself?
He'd be much better off.
Hello, Clarence? What? You think I'm what? Oh, Clarence, that's very flattering. But after all, you only saw me that one night.
That explains that, because I ain't never seen her in the daylight.
Huh? Okay, Clarence, I'll see you at the Bijou at 8 o'clock. Will you, be in uniform? Okay, darling.
Just a second. Ain't this Clarence, the usher at the Bijou?
Yeah.
I thought so. In uniform. Ain't he the one up in the second balcony?
I'll have you know that he is now on the main floor.
Oh. They probably grounded him on account of his eyesight. Now, look, Miss Duffy, will you take your mind off, guys? I'm having trouble with these books, and we got to straighten them out. Now, will you please explain your filing system to me?
Yes, it's very simple. I keep all the paid bills under P and the unpaid bills under U. It's what they call the PU system.
Yes, it certainly does. And by the way, there's a couple of paid bills here, okayed by you, that I don't understand how they got in there.
What do you mean?
This item here, Armed Forces Transportation, $5. How come?
Well, you don't expect me to come home from the Navy Yard at 3 o'clock in the morning in the subway, do you?
Oh. Miss Duffy, how am I going to explain this item to your father?
Well, Archie, you know, sometimes figures can stand a little padding.
You ought to know. Now beat it, will you? Pad the figures. What an idea. What an idea. Hey, maybe there's some madness in our method.
Archie?
Oh, hello, Mr. Miller. Hey, maybe you could help me. Do you know how to keep books?
Oh, sure. Don't lend them to anybody.
How can I juggle these figures? I can change the 0 to a digit. Turn the 6 upside down to look like a 9. Then I can plug up the holes in these trees so they look like 8.
Oh, if I had the wings of an...
Wait a minute, Eddie. Don't be such a wise guy. The figures are right here in the books in black and white.
Black and white, huh? You better get used to them colors. You may be wearing them.
How could we fake these figures so they could come out honest? I got it. We'll take an inventory.
Inventory?
Why not?
Mr. Archie, you could list our complete stock on the back of a nickel without crowding the buffalo.
Never mind the comments. You just help me take the inventory. Now, you call off the items, and I'll jack them up. I mean, put them down. Now, first, open that box there and give me the count on the silverware.
Silverware? Let's see now. Teaspoons, 6. Tablespoons, 6. Soup spoons, 6. Dessert spoons, 6. Total number of spoons, 6.
Okay, I'll put it down. Spoons, 16 dozen. Now, the next item, Eddie, the dishes. How many finger bowls are there?
The finger bowl? Just them same 2 down there.
Right. 6 brass finger bowls. Now, next, china.
Oh, ain't they having enough trouble?
I'm talking about the chinaware, Eddie. Now, cups and saucers.
Okay. 4 china coffee cups slightly chipped on the outside. 6 cups chipped inside. 4 cups, no handles. 8 handles, no cups.
China set incomplete. Only 116 pieces. Now, next the plates. How many pieces?
Just a second, I'll count them. 4, 8, 12, 16.
Plates. 2,000 pieces. Now, what else do we got? Yes, the canned goods. Let's count the canned goods.
Including or excluding Mr. Moriarty?
Don't be so whimsical. I'm talking about the canned goods that will still be canned goods in the morning.
That's still Mr. Moriarty.
Look, I got to get this thing finished. Now, would you mind to please just count the cans?
Okay. Let's see. 1 can of tuna fish.
2 tuna.
2 pea soup.
Split.
No, just leaking a little. There's 3 tomatoes.
That's 6 tomatoes.
4 mock turtle.
Real or imitation?
I can't tell. The label is covered up by the condemned stamp. That's all on this shelf.
Wait a minute. What about that rusty can over there?
Where? Oh, yeah. Let's see.
What does it say?
With women who know their soup's best, it's Campbell's 2-1. Signed, Betsy Ross.
Just a second, Eddie. It can't be that old.
Oh, no? Take a look. That NRA eagle ain't no squab.
Okay, I'll put it down. 2 cans of vintage soup. Now, what's that jar on the next shelf there?
What jar? Oh, that's some pickled pig's feet that Duffy himself put up.
Duffy put up? Okay. 1 jar of pickled pig's feet, untouched by human hand. Now, leave us take the free lunch next, Eddie.
All right. Let's see here. 6 salami sandwiches, 6 liverwurst, and 2 indifferent.
What do you mean indifferent?
After they get past a certain age, it's hard to tell.
Okay, we'll call them chicken salad. 40 chicken salad sandwiches. Hello? Oh, hello, Duffy. Huh? Is who here? The accountant you sent down to look over the books. But Duffy, you can't. But Duffy. Huh? Okay, then let him come. I ain't got nothing to hide. Quick, Eddie, where are we going to hide these books?
I don't know. I don't know where you go hide them.
Young man, I would like to talk to you. I am Mr. Schmidlap, the CPA.
Oh, the accountant. Oh, yes. We've been looking forward to your acquaintanceship. Hey, Eddie, the accountant just got here.
Well, speak of the debit.
Well, glad to see you, Schmidlap, old boy. Have a cigarette?
Never touched them.
Bite to eat?
No thanks.
Have a drink?
No thanks.
Well, look, I got a couple of phone numbers.
No thank you.
Schmidlap, would you mind breathing into that mirror? I just want to see if you're alive.
My dear young friend, I happen to be a quiet, simple, happily married man with 2 little children.
2 little Schmidlaps. Well, what an occasion this is. Eddie, Mr. Schmidlap here says he just had twins. Schmid, to this we got to drink a toast.
But I didn't say anything of the kind, and I don't drink. It goes to my head.
But, Schmid, you got to on an occasion like this. What will your answer be if someday them sweet, innocent, little blue-eyed, curly-haired cherubs come to you and say, Daddy, is it true that you refused to drink a toast with us to Archie?
Well, okay, but just one.
Atta, boy. Here you are. To the 2 little Schmidlaps. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
You stepped on that last bottom.
Gee, this stuff isn't so bad at that.
No, it's pretty good. Here, have another one.
No.
Down the hatch. For he's a jolly good Schmidlap. For he's a jolly good Schmidlap. For he's a jolly good Schmidlap, which nobody can deny. You know, Schmidlap, by the way, what's your first name?
Bartholomew.
You know, Schmidlap, I used to be an accountant myself.
Oh, is that so? Certified?
Nope, pasteurized.
You know, this is the first fun I've had in years.
Yeah, huh? Look, Schmid, come here. I got a little redhead over here on 18th Street, and, well, you're an accountant. You know what a round figure is.
Of course.
Well, this one is for you, and I know she's crazy about bookkeepers, so what will she do for an SPCA like you?
Now, wait. No, I can't do it. I've got to keep this. I've got to keep the beast in me under control. After all, I'm a married man. Now, where are those books?
Right here, Schmidlap. Go ahead, examine them. Go on, get over there in the corner and examine them.
Ain't you leading with your chin there, Miss Arthur?
Yep, Eddie, just like a boxer leads with his chin to find out the other guy's weakness. This guy's weakness we find out his dame's. Ergo, so we frame him with a dame that is not his wife.
But suppose he gets wise.
Gets wise? What are you talking? This guy is so square he blocks his own hat. Now, let me see. What dame could I get to help us out? Well, if it ain't Seabiscuit. What are you doing here? I thought you was out pulling Colucci's fruit wagon.
Yeah, but I couldn't take it, Art.
What do you mean you couldn't take it?
Well, pulling the wagon uphill was all right, but going downhill, it scraped all the skin off of me withers.
Well, I'm glad you came back. I got a little job here that you can help me with, Finnegan.
Oh, swell. Anything human?
Yeah, but I'll give you a whack at it anyway. Now, come here. I'll tell you what I want you to do. Hey, Eddie, watch the joint in case a customer comes in, will you?
Okay, Grimmer.
mean you gonna frame a man with a wife and 2 children?
Well, he's got me on the spot with them books, ain't he? The law of the jungle, Eddie. An eye for an eye and a dog for a dog. Now, you keep out of this. Hey, Finnegan. Come here.
Oh, sure.
Now, you remember what I told you? You remember when you're supposed to jump in, don't you?
All right, Arch. As soon as you say giddy up.
Right. Now, just stand by. Hey, Miss Duffy, come here.
Yeah? What is it now?
Miss Duffy, you see that distinguished-looking gentleman over there with the eyeglasses working on the books?
Yeah?
He just told me he goes for you. And you know who he is?
Who?
Only Bartholomew Schmidlaff. The wealthy bachelor and playboy. Throws money around like a Confederate sailor. Boy, what a spender. You see that fountain pen he's writing with? That's a lifetime fountain pen. This guy will use it once and throw it away.
Oh, he's beginning to sound interesting. But, Archie, if he's so crazy about me, why did he ignore me when he came in?
Well, he told me about that. He's got what they call a phobia. You know, a female phobia. It seems that when he was a baby, he had a very ugly nurse, you see, who was cruel to him, so now he gets shy in the presence of ugly women.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah.
But I can't very well chase after him.
What's the matter? Did you suddenly develop a Charlie horse? Look, if you want a wealthy bachelor like that, you've got to go after him a little.
Well, how do you think I ought to approach him?
How to approach him? I don't know. You might tell him you want to write his life story for the Hobo News. Look, what's the use of me telling you how to attack the guy? You'll figure out something. I'll be right with you. Hey, Bartholomew.
Yes?
Yeah, no, I told you I had a cute little doll lined up here.
And I told you I wasn't interested.
But, Schmid, take a look at her over there. Look at that construction. Plenty to go around, ain't there? Ever seen anything like it before?
No, has anybody?
A fair question. But where do you meet her? Hey, Toots, come here. Mr. Schmidlaff, shake hands with Toots. Here, Toots, put your arm around Mr. Schmidlaff.
By all means. Gee, you're cute.
Now, look, young lady, I'm busy with these books, and I don't want to be bothered.
Gee, he is shy, ain't he?
Yeah, I told you. You'll have to be the offensive one.
Well, that's no trouble at all. Come here, cutie, while I give you a little kiss.
Now, just a second.
Oh, come on.
Atta girl, Toots. Okay, I got him by the arm.
Let me at him.
Wait a minute, Miss Duffy. You don't have to go berserk. The idea is to take him alive.
You shut up.
Help! Giddy up. Giddy up.
Unhand that woman, Bartholomew Schmidlaff, you fiend!
Holy cat. Her husband.
So, this is what happens behind me back when I'm out working like a horse.
Wait a minute, killer. Don't reach for that knife. We ain't wiped up the blood from the last guy you killed.
So slit this homewrecker's ears from throat to throat. So monopolize him. How deep.
Look out. Look out, Schmidlaff, before he jumps for your throat.
Then I'm going out to get my gun. I'll pump this white stealer so full of bullets, he'll never be able to get the lead out. Let me out of here.
Oh, boy. Are you in trouble, Bartholomew? But it's your own fault, you know. I told you not to make no passes at the dame. Boy, when your wife finds out what this guy shot you for, I'd hate to be in your spot. But if you could arrange not to mention anything about the books being short.
The book?
The Armed Forces Radio Service.
Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meat eat. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. I'm glad you called. Look, how would you like to see Mrs. Duffy in an ermine coat with a stable girdle and mink garters? It'd be a good excuse to set a trap. Well, what I'm talking about is I want to make you rich, Duffy. I want you to take a flyer with me into the cinema industry. Huh? Well, Duffy, there's big dough in it. A guy like you could have a mansion in Beverly Hills, big cars, personal valet so you don't have to soak your own feet. Huh? A swimming pool? You don't have to do with them, Duffy. You could keep water in one and Mrs. Duffy in the other. Well, I'm telling you, this movie deal would be terrific for you. See, I put up my brains, and you match it with your money. You wouldn't have to take much money. Huh? You'll think it over? Okay, Duffy, that's good enough for me. Hey, Eddie, guess what? I just talked Duffy into putting up the dough for me next picture.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What's the idea of the whiskey?
I didn't want to wake you up. You was having such a beautiful dream if Duffy put up the money.
Well, why not? I'm putting up my talent, ain't I? Eddie, you admit I got talent, don't you? Eddie, do you admit it or don't you?
You want that question answered man to man or on a labor management basis? Is this the same crummy picture you was trying to sell to Alan Ladd last week?
Well, yeah, but I had to change it. I didn't figure Alan Ladd was big enough to support me.
Well, who is?
That's just it. There ain't nobody. So I have wrote this new story just about myself. It's the story of my life, you know.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. Will you excuse me while I go put out the garbage?
Never mind about the garbage. Ain't you interested in hearing me life story?
Well, okay. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. All right. I'll listen.
Well, since you insist, here it is. It's a Horatio Alger story. It tells how Archie, the ragged street urchin, went from poverty and rags to become the Archie that he is today.
Not much action, is there?
You ain't heard it yet. You see, it starts out with me environment. Scene 1 shows me as a baby in me nursery, you know, where I'm laying in me little castanet. So me father, a gay, dashing heart carrier, is bending over me. So I look up at him, and realizing all he has done for me, I start to cry. So he decides to walk the floor with me. So he picks me up, lays me tenderly in his hod, and he waltzes me around the room.
It sounds like a great part for Fred Astaire.
Astaire could never play it. Me father was strictly a flatfoot waltzer. Well, anyway, suddenly me mother comes home after a hard day at Roseland, see? Her feet are black and blue. We're doing a picture in Technicolor. So Mater says to the old man, she says, Fred, I got sad news. I lost my job today. I refused to do the shimmy. So the old gent says, don't worry, Millie. We don't need that lousy 10 cents a dance. We have other treasures. And with a tear in his eye, he points to me laying up there in the hod. And he says, we have riches. We have our rhinestones. Ain't that a sad opening, Eddie?
Miserable.
I thought you'd like it. Well, in the next scene, I go from there to the tender years of me obsolescence, see? When I began to search, I began to grope for the mystery of life. The in-between age, when I was too tall for keyholes and too short for transoms. The age of confusion, when I was grasping, when I didn't know where to go.
Is it too late for suggestions?
To continue, I didn't know which way to go, but suddenly it comes to me. I hear the call of Bestia. Actor's blood pounds at me pulse. Me nostrils get filled by the smell of the grease ball. I have been called.
Put on your shoes, Mother. This is where we came in.
Eddie, please, once in a while, couldn't you keep that dopey mouth shut? Well, how are you, kid? How's every little thing?
I don't bother them. They don't bother me.
A Mexican standoff, huh? Now, Cloak, and again, I'm busy telling Eddie here about this movie I'm writing.
Oh, well, maybe I could give you the benefit of my experience.
What are you talking? You don't know nothing about the movies.
Oh, no? I see every picture that's worth sneaking into.
Sneaking into the movies. Don't you know that crime don't pay?
So what? Neither do I.
Well, how do you manage to sneak in anyway?
Oh, I got me method, George. I just got a new one, a beauty.
What?
Well, I saunter up to the door, man, very nonchalantly, of course, and I kick him in the chin.
And then what?
Well, if luck is with me, he punches me in the nose and knocks me flat.
But how does that get you inside?
God, a high-class theater ain't going to leave something like me laying around in the lobby.
Now, you get a punch in the nose. No wonder your face looks like a double feature. Have you got any other great methods like that?
Oh, hundreds to them, Marge. Listen to this one. I go up to the box office and I buy a ticket. I take it into the doorman, and while he's tearing the ticket in half, I run inside and sit down.
But that way, you paid to get in.
Well, after all, no method is perfect.
Leave us assume that you don't know what you're talking about. What are some of these tricks that you want to tip me off to?
Well, for instance, if you need a guy to fall off a cliff, you don't have to have a real guy.
You don't, huh?
No. You use a dummy.
Sorry, Finnegan, no casting today.
So that casting, that reminds me, that's another thing. You got to watch out who you hire and take a tip. Stay away from that Raymond Lamb.
Why, what's the matter with him?
Did you see the Lord's weekend?
No.
Well, I don't know how they let him get away with it, but he went through the whole picture cockeyed drunk.
Will you please remind me next Christmas to get you a pencil sharpener with a nice snap brim? Hello? Oh, hello, Duffy. Have you thought over the proposition? Huh? You what? You just read in the paper where me last picture was one of the 10 worst pictures of the year? Yes, but Duffy, did you happen to notice that it was first on the list? Certainly, and this new one will make a fortune. Huh? Well, okay, don't do me no favors. There's plenty of other people that'll put up the dough. But just remember, someday, when you walk along the street and you hear people say, there goes the biggest jerk in town, then maybe you'll think of me. Toss it around, kid. What is it?
You don't know how to handle Papa.
What do you mean?
Well, you gotta use psychology with him. Now, when I want to get money out of him, I sit on his lap, put my arm around his neck, and then I kiss him and say, my darling Papa is looking tired tonight. And then he goes to bed, and as soon as he's asleep, I take the money out of his hand.
Duffy, I need money, but not bad enough to start necking with your old man.
Well, maybe I could do something with him.
On what basis?
On the basis that if I get him to put up the money, that I get a part in the picture.
I take it back. I'll neck with your old man.
Now, just a second, Archie. I'm not that hard to look at.
You should be standing over here.
Archie, in the 3rd Avenue Civilian Defense Beauty Contest they put on last year, who was elected queen?
That's right, you were. Miss Wastebats of 1945. Now, look, don't do me no favors. I'll get the money someplace.
Of you, Margie. I'll tell the world I love you. Don't forget your promise to me. I have bought a home and ring, everything to Margie. You've been my inspiration, days are never blue. After all is said and done, there's only one. Margie, it's you. Margie, I'm always thinking of you, Margie. I'll tell the world I love you. Don't forget your promise to me. I have 4 women, a nice big home and everything. Oh, Margie, hey, Margie. You've been my inspiration, days are never blue. After all is said and done, baby, there's only one. Margie, it's you.
Raise the dough for this picture somewhere. Eddie, give me that phone book.
Hey, you got some particular sucker in mind, or is this going to be the straight house-to-house canvas?
If you don't mind, I'll just take the phone book. Stands without no remarks.
Okay. There you are.
Let's see here. Q-R-S-T-U. Here it is. Uncle Sam Park Shop. Hello? Uncle Sam? This is Archie. Archie. Remember the wristwatch with the imitation alligator strap? Yeah. Yeah, well, Uncle, I got a big deal on, and I'm a little short of... Huh? Oh, your money's all tied up in cash, huh? Well, better luck next time. So long, Uncle. Oh, just a second while I got you. Don't forget to brush me blue serge suit. I wonder if my bank would be willing to arrange a loan.
What's one of your banks? The First National ticket?
No, wise guy. The Chase National, where I happen to be very well known. Let's see. Hello, Chase National. The manager, please. How do you do, sir? This is Archie speaking. Archie, the tall, distinguished chap that comes in to fill his fountain pen. Yes, that's right. Look, my corporation would like to liquidate a short-term fiduciary, and I was wondering if we gave you adequate security. Hello? Eddie, take their calendar down from over the bar. It's the last time I ever walk into that bank.
Give me up, Schaefer. Back we go to the post office.
What am I gonna do?
Pardon me. Are you the manager here?
Yeah, why?
Well, my name is Larry Storch. I'm an impersonator, and I'm looking for a job.
Oh, yeah? Well, everybody's entitled to a chance. Kid, impersonate me somebody.
Okay.
Ah, Hetty, how beautiful you are. I would give anything to be with you. Come with me to the cars bar.
Oh, yeah. I could close my eyes and swear it was W.C. Fields himself. Wait a minute. Europa, you give me an idea, kid. If Duffy heard I had a bunch of big movie stars to play in this picture...
I just thought of a new way to sneak in.
Please, not now, Finnegan. Oh, by the way, Mr. Storch, this is Mr. Finnegan.
Oh, very happy to meet you.
Thanks.
Yeah, this guy talks like a moron.
Well, you understood him, didn't you? Go ahead, Larry. Do another one here. Finnegan, stand up here. It'll be the first time you ever did an imitation for an imitation. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh? Are you serious, Jockey? Really, my boy? I should like to say this town is in a terrible turmoil. Yes, I just came from a department store. I walked up to the young lady behind the counter and said, "Do you have any notions?" She said, "Oh, yes, I do, but I suppressed them till 5:30.
Frank Morgan, that's terrific, kid. Who else can you do?
Oh, Ronald Coleman, Humphrey Bogart, Clark Gable, Barry Fitzgerald.
Give me that phone. Wait a minute. Hello, Duffy. Duffy, new development has just arose. Yeah. Well, a whole bunch of big Hollywood movie stars just dropped in, and they all want to be in me picture. Oh, Ronald Coleman, Humphrey Bogart, Clark Gable, Barry Fitzgerald. All right. You don't believe it? I'll put one of them on the phone for you. Barry Fitzgerald, a lunch mom of yours.
The top of the evening to you, Mr. Duffy. What's that? Well, of course this is Barry Fitzgerald.
Whom are you expecting, Mrs. Nussbaum?
Give me that phone, kid. Huh? Well, are you sold, Duffy? You think it's a trick? Okay, I'll convince you. I'll put on a scene with the whole parade of stars right now. Mr. Melnick, trumpets, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present the preview of that great forthcoming cinema picture, The Life of Archie. This stupendous drama features none other than Humphrey Bogart, Peter Lorre, Ronald Coleman, and Clark Gable. What, Duffy? No dames. You don't realize that in Hollywood, dames are on their way out. Now, the first scene we present tonight takes place in Hollywood, the first day after I arrived here. The scene in me hotel bedroom where I'm laying in bed asleep, dreaming of the experiences that are soon to be mine. Have a. Come in, Lana.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh. Who are you?
My name is Meadows, sir. The studio sent me over to see if there's anything you want.
Well, I was just dreaming about... I guess that can wait, though. Glad you got here, Meadows. Here, shine my shoes.
Yes, sir. Shall I put some fresh paper in the soles, sir?
I think you'd better not, Meadows. I'd rather not be accused of going Hollywood. By the way, before you shine them shoes, would you mind to hand me embroidered shorts?
You mean the ones with the big A on one side and Yoo-hoo on the other?
Yes, that's right.
What shirt would you wear, sir?
What shirt? I'll just keep this one on. I've only had 4 hours sleep.
As you wish, sir. Shall I get you a pair of fresh socks?
No, thank you. I'll just alternate the ones that I got on. So, this is Hollywood, eh, Meadows? The city of dreams. Baghdad on the Pacific. Millions of Meccas. But will it spell happiness?
If I may say so, sir, with your looks, you can't miss it.
Oh, don't be too sure. My looks are apt to be my curse.
I see what you mean, sir.
Yeah, them other stars are sure to knife me. That's probably one of them now. Who's there?
Open the door. I want to talk to you. This is Humphrey Bogart.
Let him in, Meadows.
Now, look, kid. Let me give you a little bit of advice. Us actors out here had a pretty soft touch before you blew into town, and that's the way we're going to keep it, see? And if you're smart, you'll hop on the rattler and beat it right out of here. Okay, baby. I'll be right with you.
That guy. I'd just like to get in a picture with him sometime when he's an Indian and I'm a cowboy. I guess that's another one. Come in. Well, Ronald Coleman. Pip, old man. You just dropped in time for tea and tiffins. Sit down.
No, thank you. And if you don't mind, I'll come to the point immediately. I'm warning you, old boy, Hollywood can never become your Shangri-La.
Oh, yeah? Says who, sir?
As I, sir. Now you seem to be rather a decent sort, in a crummy way. So I'm going to give you a bit of advice. If you will leave here immediately, it will be a far, far better thing you do than you have ever done. I bid you good day, sir.
What a Berkeley Square. They send $6 million over to England, and him they leave here. Oh, another one. Who is it this time?
This is Clark Gable, son.
Oh, Big Ears. Open the door and come in sideways.
Yeah, now look, son. I want to tell you something. I don't want anybody cutting in on my territory, see? So blow. You stay on your side of the Mississippi, and I'll stay on mine. Now, take my advice, pal, and everything will be Roger.
Just a second, Gable. You can't wilk on me just because you happen to be an ex-tail gunner. Now, what else is on your mind?
Nothing. But don't say I didn't warn you.
So that's the great Clark Gable. What's he got that I ain't got, Meadows?
Mr. Archie, do you mind at this point if I throw away the script and add a lib?
If you please, just read what is wrote in the script.
Okay. I think you are much handsomer than Clark Gable. Mother, forgive me.
Back to the Meadows character. Come in.
Hello, Archie, my boy.
Well, Peter Lorre. Don't tell me you're worried about me, too.
But of course, Archie. Do you know something? I've never been worried about my career before today. But when you walked off that train, I took one look at you, and for the first time in my life, I was frightened. So please, leave Hollywood quietly. Don't make violence necessary. Call me up and tell me your decision, will you?
Okay, what hotel are you staying at?
The Hollywood Plasma.
Great. Well, Duffy, now that you heard all them big stars, what do you say? Do you want to precipitate in the picture? Huh? You do, eh? Well, to what extent? You'll rent me your brownie. But Duffy, with all of them big stars... Huh? As long as I get all them big stars, I should get the money from them, huh? Okay. Say, Sarge.
Yes?
How much dough you got? Any at all?
I got 50 cents.
50 cents? 50 cents? What a nerve you got, impersonating a lot of big movie stars with a lousy $50 in your pocket. Meadows, ejaculate this bum.
So we take you now to Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
do you lead me to eat? Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. What's the matter? You sound like you got a cold. Well, are you doing anything for it? Taking shots, huh? Are they doing you any good? Oh, they were until Mrs. Duffy took away the bottle. Well, tell me, how'd you catch the cold? You took a bath naked? Well, tell me, what do you usually wear for the tub, Duffy? Long underwear, huh? Well, why didn't you wear it this time? It wasn't dirty. Well, look, Duffy, you better watch that cold. You know, there's a lot of that testimonial flu going around. Yeah, you ought to drink a lot of water. Water. Yeah, the shock treatment. Well, look, Duffy, I'm busy. I'll call you back, huh? Okay.
Hey, Mr. Duffy got a bad cold?
Yeah, there seems to be an epidemic going around. And we got to be careful around here, too. You know, them germs is pretty tricky.
We got nothing to worry about.
What do you mean?
Do you think any healthy germ in his right mind would leave a nice, clean sewer to come into this place?
It's been done, Eddie. Just because Duffy's Tavern is filthy don't mean it can't be sanitary. Now, leave us take all precautions. The first thing we got to do is put something over the free lunch.
What do you suggest? A skull and crossbones? No, we can't come up to free lunch, Mr. Archie.
Why not?
Well, you can't get close enough to it.
Well, then at least leave us squirt some DDT on it. Another thing, we got to be extremely careful about the kitchen. I want you to see that the dishes are clean enough to eat off of.
Very good, Dr. Gillespie. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. You have a couple of letters that just came for you.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Hey, Eddie, get a load of the color of this stationery. Heliotrope.
Very fetching.
Yeah, and get a snootful of this perfume. Smells like Machiavelli's Irregardless. How about that, Eddie?
And how do you do it?
Oh, it's easy when you're irresistible. Leave us open this little Billy Doo and see what she has to say. Why, that sneaky finance company.
And so our little Billy Doo turns out to be a Doo Billy.
Very clever, Eddie. Not funny, mind you, but clever. Now, let's see this other letter. Oh, from Dave Hossinger. What a nerve he's got to write me. That dirty thief. That dirty crook. That dirty swindler.
Dave Hossinger.
You remember him, Eddie. An old pal of mine.
You mean the one that sold you the lake in Central Park that time?
The lake in Central Park. Eddie, I'm not that stupid. He just sold me the oyster beds.
Yeah, well, what about the time he sold you that anchovy ranch?
That might still pan out, Eddie. You know, the vogue for me can't last forever. Now, the one that fired me up was that Fort Knox deal. $150 for a drill. Well, leave us see what the letter says. Dear Arch, to err is human, to forgive divine. That's all. Signed, Honest Dave. P.S. We'll see you Friday night. Eddie, so help me, if he sticks his face in here tonight, I'm going to slip him a Mickey.
Arch.
Oh, look, Finnegan, how's things?
Oh, terrible, Arch. I can't seem to find an apartment. Do you know of any vacancies?
Eddie, this is a new one. A vacancy, looking for a vacancy. What do you want an apartment for? What'd you do, get kicked out of your house?
I beg your pardon, Arch. We was not kicked out. We was evicted.
What's the difference?
Evicted is with furniture. Oh, that dirty rat.
Who?
That landlord. Landlords is all alike, God. When you move in, it's good morning, Clifton. May I help you with the garbage? Good evening, Mr. Finnegan. Can I help you find the keyhole? And let a year go by without paying your rent, and boom, you're out on the street.
Wait a minute. You mean you're actually living with your furniture out on the sidewalk? That must be terrible.
Well, it wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't for the servant problem.
The servant problem?
Yeah. The street cleaner ain't been around in 3 days.
Oh, that must be horrible. With so many people tramping through the house all day, it must get rather untidy.
So I don't mind them tramping through, Arch. It's the way they throw their cigar butts in the living room. Me old man's getting curvature of the spine, picking them up.
But Finnegan, how do you manage to get any sleep out there on the sidewalk?
I don't. I get to bed and start snoring, and before I know it, every dog in the neighborhood's in bed with me. All night, them trucks and buses going back and forth and back and forth.
Well, why don't you move to a one-way street? You'll have more privacy.
Go on. Every time I walk out of the house, I have to walk all the way around the block to get home again?
Yeah, that would be a little inconvenient. Well, let's hope you find an apartment soon, Finnegan.
I hope so. Me father went up to see about a place today that he thinks we can get for $600 a month.
But Finnegan, your family can't afford $600 a month.
I know, but it's better than living in the street, ain't it?
Well, yes, that's a fallacy.
Oh, Finnegan, I have a message for you from your mother.
What?
She wants you to stop at the hardware store on your way home and get a long electric cord. She says the toaster don't reach the lamppost.
Oh, still. Okay, Miss Duffy. Well, so long, all right. If you happen to be driving through the house anytime, be sure to drop in.
That poor guy. You know, it must be tough to have to live like a goldfish. But on second thought, he'd breathe through his mouth anyway. I've been thinking. I wonder what that hostage could be after this time.
I don't know. Have you kept up your payments on the Holland Tunnel?
Please, Eddie, don't rub it in.
Oh, wait a minute. Ain't that him coming in the door now, puffing on that big cigar?
It couldn't be, Eddie. He couldn't have the nerve to come in here again.
It must be him. Look at them smoke rings. Corkscrews.
Yeah, it is him. I wonder what he's after tonight.
Well, Archie, my old pal. Gosh, it's good to see you again. To be back here with real people. My people. The salt of the earth. Well, say something to me, Arch.
Hello, you crumb.
Archie, that's wonderful. What a clever welcome.
Well, I intended to put out the welcome mat for you, but you stole it the last time you was here.
Arch, you don't act like you're very glad to see me.
Not glad to see you. Why, Dave, though. Way my heart is going pitter-patter. I'm afraid I'm going to get Aunt Jemima pectoralis.
Arch, old man, I'm afraid you're saying that with your tongue in your cheek.
Well, with you around, it ain't safe to leave it hanging out.
Arch, this attitude is very surprising. Now, come on. We're old friends. Tell me, what's on your mind?
Parsons, you are nothing but a low-down, dirty crook and a cheap, conniving thief.
Oh, come on. Stop beating around the bush. Tell me, old man, what's on your mind?
You know very well what's on my mind. All of that dough that you swindled me out of.
Oh, that. Yes, I have thought about it, Arch, and believe me when I tell you that every time I took money from you, it always hurt me.
You must have been in constant pain for years.
Well, I guess this is just what I deserve. But I ask you, Arch, as an old friend, to be a little forgiving. You know, life hasn't been a bed of roses for me. It's been an uphill struggle ever since I was born.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know you was born. I thought you were just paroled in the custody of your parents.
Hear me out, Arch. As I was saying, I started out as an incubator baby, and...
Even at that age you was in the can, huh?
You're bitter, Arch. Come on, old man. You must know that there's some good in me. Well, you remember my old mother, don't you?
Yes. May she rest in stir. Now, look, Dave. No hearts and flowers tonight. You're dealing with dry ice. Now, put it on the line. How much dough was you planning to pot me out of?
$4.
$4? You must be slipping. That much you used to invest in me before you even put the bite on. What's the $4 for?
A singer. I want you to give him a job here in the tavern.
A singer for only $4. Now, look, Dave, you know very well for that kind of dough you couldn't buy one Andrew's sister. Look, I smell a rat, and the wind is coming from your direction.
Look, Arch, figure it out. I give you a singer. He goes to work here, and you pay him $4. Now, what could be crooked about that?
There could be such a thing as a singing pickpocket.
Arch, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let him sing Handcuffed. Does that satisfy you?
Well, where is this kid?
Oh, that's the kid over there. Hey, Ricky, come here, will you? Archie, this is Ricky Jordan.
Hello, Ricky.
Hello, Archie.
Tell me quick, Ricky, where did you meet Mr. Hossinger?
Well, he was in church one day, and I was singing there.
Just a sec. Hossinger in church? Dave, you haven't finally gotten around to hustling collection boxes.
Going to church every Sunday. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm a reformed man.
Look, are you sure that you ain't been seeing too many Leo McCarey pictures?
No, Arch, I'm on the level. Now, look, why don't you listen to this boy sing?
Well, okay. What do you sing, kid? Just choir stuff, or can you kind of mellow a dig beat on a gut bucket?
You see, Ricky, I told you you'd be dealing with a man who really knows his music.
Oh, I don't know, Dave.
Oh, come on. You can't deny that you're an expert.
Well, no, that'd be foolish. I do admit that I know a little something about music.
A little something? Listen to the man. You who predicted the success of my old Kentucky home? You who knew Petrillo when he didn't even have a union suit to his name?
Should know something. After all, they didn't call me the Hildegard of PS4 for nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Say, what were you again, Arch? A tenor or a baritone?
More of a second mezzanine. Very high voice I had, sort of a half Nelson Eddy.
This is very interesting. Where did you sing, Archie?
Huh?
This is very interesting. Where did you sing?
Well, for a while I sang with this Mexican band, Jose Horowitz and his Pitkin Avenue Cucarachas.
Funny, but I've never heard of them.
You never heard of them? You heard of Swing and Sway with Sammy Kaye?
Yes.
With the Cucarachas, it was come on and get jolly and shake your tamale. Well, anyway, what would you like to sing, kid?
How about Stormy Weather?
Stormy Weather. Oh, boy, does that bring back memories. Now, I used to go out with this girl, Wheezy Willamette, and every time they'd play that song, she'd... Well, I guess there's no use being a cad. Go ahead, kid. Sing it. Hit it on the upbeat, huh?
Don't know why there ain't no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my gal and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. The time. Life is there. There's gloom and misery everywhere. Stormy weather can't get my poor aching self together. I'm weary all the time. The time. So weary all the time. When she went away, the blues walked in and met me. But if she stays away, a rocking chair will get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the dark once more. Can't go on. All I have in life is some stormy weather. Can't get myself together, baby. He's raining all the time. The time, the time. Keeps raining all the time.
Terrific, kid, really terrific. But as an old hand at this singing racket, I think I can give you a few pointers. Now, the first thing you ought to do is have your tonsils taken out.
But I've already had them taken out.
You've already had them? Well, then you better have them put back in. Now, another thing, Ricky, your breathing is all wrong. You've got to relax your nostrils a little more.
What does that do?
What does it do? It's obvious. It gives you more cleft in your palate. Of course, on the other hand, you can overbreathe, too, you know.
I don't follow you.
Well, I'll show you what I mean. Now, take a song like Tchaikovsky's Paul Gabotin. Are you familiar with the movement?
Yes, I am.
Well, sing a few bars, kid, and I'll show you what I mean. You see, kid, it's all in the breathing.
Well, what about the deal, Arch?
Well, Dave, I think we might make a deal.
No, I think you should, Archie. This boy's a terrific singer.
Well, thanks, Mr. Mullen.
A good-looking boy, too. Nice, strong legs, slim hips, deep chest, broad shoulders, nice face.
I like to buy this kid, but that price, it still bothers me.
Arch, I'm telling you, it's a steal.
Don't mention that word. Now, look, leave us figure it out. The kid gets $4 a day. That would make it...
Just a second, Arch. We're not asking $4 a day. It's $4 a week.
$4 a week? For that kind of dough, you couldn't even bribe Senator Claghorn. Passenger, now I know there's something crooked with this deal.
Well, this forces me to get back in harness.
Huh?
Arch, I can see there's only one way to deal with you, my old pal. I see I made a mistake in offering you this boy for $4.
Well, certainly, Dave. What do you think I am, a dope? Now, what's the real price on a kid? Come on out with it, Dave. Give me the works.
That's just what you're going to get, brother. Now, let's see. Crosby gets a $5,000. Now, when Ricky dubs in Crosby's voice, he gets...
Wait a minute, Dave. You say this kid dubs in for Crosby? That's a little hard to believe.
Oh, you can do it, Art.
But why do they have to have somebody dub in for Crosby?
Why? Did you see Going My Way?
Yeah.
Well, you know ordinarily when Bing sings, he wears those sport shirts with the open collar.
So what?
In Going My Way, he had to wear that tight collar. Oh. Need I say more?
I see what you mean, Dave. A collar like that would constrict the larynx. Now, how much did you say the kid got when he sang for Crosby?
I think it was $2,000.
Well, that would be a little high for us. You see, we got a lot of overhead here, Dave.
Well, I'm not sure of that price, Arch. Let's verify it. Give me the phone, will you?
Okay, here you are.
Thank you. Hello, operator. Paramount Studios, please.
Paramount? Hey, that's where I made me picture.
Yeah, I know, Arch, but they're still in business. Paramount, Bing Crosby, please. Thank you. Oh, hello. Hello, dear Bingo. Dear Hossy. Look, Bing, confidentially, what did you pay Ricky Jordan that time he dubbed in your voice? It's okay. I'm all alone in a booth. Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. $2,000. Well, in that case, what do you think he should get for a nightclub job? Uh-huh. Well, thanks, Bing. See you in church. Well, Arch, you were right. That $4 a week was ridiculous.
I told you, Dave. Now, what's the real price?
$12.
That's a little more like it. Okay, Dave, it's a deal. Here's the $12.
Thank you, Arch. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Okay. Hello, Duffy. Hey, did you hear that kid sing? Terrific, ain't he? And well, you hear the deal I made on him. Well, you see, Hassinger comes in here, and he wants $4 a week for the kid. So I start maneuvering, and I wind up buying him for a measly 12. Duffy, I'll call you back. Hassinger, come back here, you dirty crook.
Before we leave Duffy's, leave us put a couple of nickels in Duffy's jukebox. The plat is spinning. The needle comes down. It's music.
we take you now to Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meat eat. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Hey, what's that noise? You helping your fat wife with the supper dishes? Well, what's all the racket? Oh, you're washing and she's throwing. Duffy, fighting again. Why don't you try romancing her? Yeah, neck her a bit. Put your arms around her. Huh? Well, all right, halfway around. You can't even get that far? Oh, well, can't you catch her when she's inhaling? Oh, when she exhales, the recoil knocks you across the room. Well, Duffy, frankly, these fights of yours is very discouraging. I was thinking about marriage myself. Well, it finally happened to me. Yep, I'm in love. Naturally with a girl. Her name is Peggy Lee. Well, I ain't met her yet. I just heard her singing. Kind of silly, huh? Just falling in love with a voice on a jukebox. That's nothing. You married a whole jukebox. Hello? Hello? You must have heard him. Boy, they lose more dishes that way. Well, my marriage is going to be different.
Mr. Archie, now, I was just...
Oh, hello, Eddie, old pal. How's your health today? I hope you are well, old pal.
I'm fine, old pal. How are you, old pal? And how much do you need, old pal?
I don't need nothing, Eddie. Today, I'm the most completely happiest guy in the world. And you know why?
Tell me, Black Spirit.
Well, we've been friends for a long time. I think I can confide in you. Eddie, I'm in love.
Well, that's still a little hot.
Yep, you're looking at a new man, wafted up on the wings of love. A knight in shining armor, sitting on me white horse.
Tell me, which way are you facing? Might I inquire as to who is the object of your affection?
Well, the objectionable lady happens to be, Eddie. Miss Peggy Lee, a singer.
Singer, huh?
Yep, I listened to her on a jukebox, and as soon as I heard her, I knew it was it. I felt chemicals all over me. Eddie, I bet you I must have put 50 nickels in that machine.
50 nickels?
Well, naturally, I slipped in a few slugs.
She's not already.
No, not on this dame, because if she looks anything like she sounds, hubba. By the way, she's coming down here tonight. I wrote her a letter offering her a job here.
Grounds for divorce already. And look, and when she takes a look at you in that broken-down apron...
She ain't going to see me in a broken-down apron, Eddie. I got me a whole new outfit. Suit, tie, shoes, hat, the works. She'll be looking at a new watch.
8 to 5, she'd rather look at old Van Johnson.
Yeah?
Look here. Where'd you get all these new clothes, anyway?
Where did I get them? Only one of the finest tailors in town. Here, look at his card.
Let's see. The Duke of Windsor Clothing Company, by appointment to His Majesty, 50 cents hold any garment in the store. Sounds like a very high-class thing.
Yep, they give you the best deal on 3rd Avenue, Eddie. A suit costs them $11. They sell it for $11.
How do you make any money?
Hot wrapping paper. I think I'll call him up and see if it's ready. Hello? Duke of Windsor Clothing Company? Connect me with a college shop, please. Hello, Sam? This is Archie. How's the alterations coming? But, Sam, the coat pinched and the pants were so tight, I should go on a diet, huh?
Very high-class place.
Look, Sam, can't you let the suit out just a bit? You'll what? Loosen the stitches a little, huh?
Well, okay, I'll send Eddie over for it. Eddie, go over and pick it up, will you? And don't let them give you a suit off one of them dummies.
All
right, Finnegan, what you been doing for amusement?
Oh, the same as usual.
Good old Finnegan. By the way, you remember that Peggy Lee I told you about that I heard singing on the record?
Yeah?
Well, she's coming down tonight in the flesh.
Won't she be called?
Finnegan, don't be such a jerk. I don't mean that the dame is coming down au gratis. She ain't no striptease. She's a high-class radio entertainer.
She's in radio?
Yeah.
Oh, them people are really nuts. I know what I'm talking about, all right?
But I don't.
Oh, how about that day?
What day?
That Saturday.
Finnegan, please follow the example of your head, will you? And come to the point.
Look, I'm talking about the time I was on that Truth or Consequences program.
Oh, what was you, a truth or a consequence?
Yes, Dodge.
Oh, that'd be too tough to get. Well, what happened?
So they asked me a question, and when I told them I didn't know the answer, they hit me over the head, and then they poured water over me and hit me in the face with a big pie and knocked me down on the floor. But the joke was on them, Bud.
What do you mean?
I knew the answer all the time.
Finnegan, you know, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks, Dodge.
Yeah? Sometime you and I must take a slow rocket to the moon.
Anytime, Mom.
Okay, it's a date. Another one. What is it, Miss Duffy?
I have a question to ask you. I'm looking for a male viewpoint.
Miss Duffy, be honest. What you're looking for is a male period. But I'm gay today. What is it again?
Well, I'm taking this course in home economics. You know, how to be a homemaker.
Well, ain't that kind of counting your chickens before they're hitched? Now, what's the question?
Well, how much do you think a man should give his wife every week to operate the household?
Well, I think it depends to an extent on the wife's salary. If she ain't working, you got to give her a little of your own money. What they call a budget. I'd say that a fair figure would be $8 a month for food and maybe $6 or $7 a month for rent. Depending on how many rooms you have, of course.
Well, I'm certainly glad I'm not getting married to you.
Likewise, I'm sure.
Run a house on $15 a month. Huh.
It can be done if the housewife knows how to economize. For instance, when her parlor chairs wear out, instead of buying new ones, she'll make slip covers out of a couple of her old slips. She'll know how to embroider a bed sheet so it can also be used on the dining room table. A lot of little tricks, like how to clean out the ashtrays and carefully assort the butts according to size. How to sprinkle the paper flowers with toilet water so they smell real. But the main thing is, regardless of the money, a dame should remember that a man wants his comfort, that his home should be a home. Even the bathroom should look lived in.
Why, Archie, I didn't know you had such domestic ideas.
Well, I just got them recently, Miss Duffy. Oh, hello, Eddie. You back already?
Yeah, here's the suit.
Oh, thanks. I think I'll hurry up in the back room and put it on. She's liable to be here any minute. Well, Eddie, get a load of me. How do you like the new suit?
Well, pull down the shades and call me Sunset.
You like the color, Eddie?
Yeah, all of them.
see now. There's a green plaid over a red and yellow check with an orange pinstripe.
You don't think that it's too loud?
No, not next to that purple shirt you're wearing.
Well, aside from the color, what do you think?
Well, it's just a little skimpy, ain't it?
Skimpy?
Yeah, look at them pants. Whoever heard of anybody wearing pants that short?
Well, Eddie, how many men have legs like mine? I admit it. I admit it's a little tight, but it's beautiful material. And believe me, I can be seen any place in it.
Yeah. Just bend over and you'll be seen every place.
Well, forget about the pants. Look at the coat. Look at these shoulders. Walter Pigeon himself ain't got shoulders like these.
Neither have you. Wait a minute. You still got the price tag hanging on it.
Well, that's part of my system, Eddie. I jacked it up to $18. Wait a minute. Why should I kid the dame that I'm wealthy after all? I got looks and brains and personality. Leave her love me for myself.
Sure, why not? You do. What's conceit?
What conceit? Eddie, if you really understood me, you'd realize that I don't think I'm half as good as I really am. Hey, look at that dame that just come in. What a stack of Esquires. Eddie, you know me with them Varga blondes.
Yeah, you're just an old Varga blonde lover.
You ain't kidding. I beg your pardon, miss. You're Peggy Lee, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
3 guesses.
Well, let me look at you. Nanny Mo and Jack?
Oh, go on, you're kidding me. You know very well who I am. Who did you come down here to see?
Oh, wait a minute. You're not Archie.
You want to bet? But let me look at you. You know, I expected to find you a chicory chick, but I didn't know you'd have so much chalant.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Yeah. No wonder your voice comes out so good. Look where it's been. Why? I'll never forget the first time I heard you sing. You know, what a pair of pipes. Terrific.
Where did you hear me?
On the jukebox. Yeah, it was destiny, Connie. You know, I meant to play Spike Jones, but instead, I pressed you. It seemed like fate was guiding me very finger. I was so in love with you, Peggy, I played the record 12 times.
Oh, Archie, that's silly.
Silly? Look, honey, I don't know about you, but where I come from, playing a record 12 times at a nickel a crack is love.
Well, this is all very flattering, Archie, but what about the job?
The job? Now, wait a minute. You don't have to be standoffish just because I happen to be the boss around here. Hello, Duffy. Huh? Uh-huh. Well, look, I was gonna... Huh? Okay. Uh-huh. But look, Duffy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay.
Who was that?
My silent partner.
Mr. Duffy's your partner?
Well, yes, but he ain't got nothing to say about the place. I'm the real figurehead here, you know. I'm the guy that you got to impress.
Well, then why is this place called Duffy's Tavern?
Well, I was going to call it Archie's Tavern, but me family made her and paid her, you know. There were kind of lousy with tradition, and they didn't want a name dragged through the mud. It was enough of a shock to them when I sullied myself with honest toil. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. You realize, of course, that you're bound to fall in love with me.
I am?
Well, why should you be an exception?
Now, listen, Archie. I came down here to sing a song.
To sing a song? Don't try to fight it, honey. Believe me, it's bigger than both of us. Admit it. You love me, don't you? Well, you must care a little. Well, at least you're intrigued. What would you like to sing?
Oh, something appropriate.
Something appropriate? Like what?
What more can a woman do?
Oh, yeah, that's the one you sang on the record. Hit me with it again.
If he told me that I should steal, I guess I would. The way I feel, for this is one thing I know is real. What more can a woman do? And if he told me that I should lie, I guess at least I'd have to try. 'Cause it's for him I live or die. What more can a woman do? It's just another story of Jim or Bill or Joe. But when you really love your man, you gotta let him know. If he told me that I should leave, that's only one thing I can't conceive. I'd rather give and not receive. What more can a woman do? What more can a woman do?
Duffy, what do you think of her? Huh? Has she any way of getting home? Huh? You're coming right over. Look, Duffy, take a tip. Don't waste your time. No, very SKINNY. Yeah. With BUCK. Okay, you're welcome, Duffy. Well, there's more than one way to skin a wolf.
Well, Archie, what did Mr. Duffy think about my singing?
Oh, what's the difference what he thought? What does he know about music? You mentioned Stradivarius to him, and he thinks you're talking about a violin.
But, Archie, the Stradivarius is a violin.
Well, once in a while he makes a lucky guess. Now, Peggy, leave us get back to you and me. What is it this time? You think I lied? You coming down to see for yourself what she looks like? But Duffy. Peggy, quick, get your hat and coat on. Duffy's coming down.
So what? Is he so horrible?
Look, when the boogeyman wants to frighten his children, he tells them Duffy will get them. Come on, leave us get out of here.
Oh, just a second, Archie. I'm not going to start to work here until I meet Mr. Duffy.
Why?
Well, after all, he'll be one of my bosses, and I feel I should be nice to him. I think I'll go fix my makeup. Let me know when he gets here.
That dirty Duffy. Always lousing me up. Wait a minute, I'll fix him.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Duffy. This is Mrs. O'Shaughnessy. Sure, is your charming wife there? Thank you.
Hello, Mrs. Duffy. This is a certain friend that wishes to warn you that your husband has plans tonight for a Candlestein meeting. Well, I called you up because I hate to see that beast take a lovely, frail, delicate woman like yourself and make a big, fat fool out of you. Huh? Okay, you're welcome. And crowd him one for me, too, will you? Well, that's that. Pretty clever, huh, Eddie?
Masterful. There's only one thing.
What?
Miss Lee says she ain't gonna work yet till she meets Mr. Duffy.
Okay. She wants to meet Mr. Duffy, I'll give her a Mr. Duffy. If I have to produce another hideous corpus. Come here. Let me look at you. This is going to be a dirty trick to play on the both of them. Look, Finnegan, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Eddie, watch the joint a minute, will you?
Will you stop arguing with me? But I don't look like Duffy.
I'm more than Winston Churchill could.
I told you the dame don't know what Duffy looks like. All she knows about is his personality. So just act stupid.
Oh, do me best, God. But don't expect me to be as stupid as Duffy. After all, he's older.
Well, I'll take the gamble, Finnegan. Now I'll call her over and have you meet her. Oh, Peggy, this is Mr. Duffy.
How do you do? I'm Peggy Lee.
How do you do? I'm stupid.
Me junior partner is the great Joshie, you know, Peggy. By the way, Junior...
what is it, Senior?
Did you go down to the bank today like I told you to arrange for that second mortgage?
Second mortgage, Oh, yeah, but they wouldn't give it to me, Arch.
Why not?
They only allow one to a customer.
What? You know, Mr. Duffy, you're almost as stupid as Finnegan.
Oh, yeah? You know, you can get a punch in the nose for a remark like that.
Please, don't forget you're talking to the senior partner.
Just a second, Archie. You know something, Mr. Duffy? I say, Mr. Duffy.
Mr. Duffy, the dame is talking to you.
Oh, yeah. What was you saying, my dear?
Well, I was about to say that I think you're very cute.
Oh, go on.
No, I mean it.
Oh, cut it out.
But tell me, are you married?
Well, yes and no.
What do you mean, yes and no?
Well, I got a wife, but I don't like it.
Oh, Mr. Duffy, I think you're just precious.
Yes, he is rather a precious little slob, ain't he?
Just a second. You stay out of this, Senior.
Huh?
Miss Lee, I understand that you are a singer.
That's right. Would you like to hear me sing?
I'd be enchanted.
Now, just a second.
I'd rather you stay out of this, old man. Go ahead, Miss Lee.
Oh, boy.
You said someday you'd turn the tide, and I'd be laughing on the other side. And you were right, baby. Baby, you were so right. You said someday the world would turn. I had some lessons that I had to learn, and you were right, baby. Baby, you were so right. I gave you a story, you gave me the gate. I wish you'd come back, but you say it's too late. I look kind of silly, holding this side, but I guess I'll hold it until you come back. You said someday you'd pass me by, that I'd be telling you just one too many lies, and you was right, baby. Baby, you were so right. And you was right, baby. Baby, baby, you were so
Marvelous, marvelous.
Marvelous. Look, Peggy, why don't we ditch this creep here? Leave us go over to Roseland and kick it around a little, huh?
Well, okay, but maybe Mr. Duffy would like to go dancing, too.
But we both can't go.
Well, then, maybe you better stay here since you're the brains of the business.
Now, wait a minute.
Senior, you heard this girl. By the way, I'm a little broke, so if you don't mind, I'll take $5 from our cash register.
Now, just a second, Finnegan.
Finnegan?
That was my maiden name. Let's go. Good night, Senior.
Good night, Archie.
Holy heck. I created a Frankenstein out of a Frankenstein.
And so ends another chapter in the love life of Archie, the story of one man's fight against himself.
the Armed Forces Radio Service.
So we take you now to Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meat eat. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Where are you? At an art gallery, huh? Certainly I believe you. In fact, I can hear some of them old masters hollering, take it off. Well, I'm glad you called, Duffy. You know, I got to go to the hospital. Well, I seen a doctor about me tonsils, and he says that I got to have a tonsillectomy. Yeah, that's what they call it when they remove your tonsils. It's like an appendectomy. Yeah, only then they remove your appendix. Huh? How much would they charge you for a wife ectomy? In your case, Duffy, I think it'd be too big an operation. Yeah. Are my tonsils painful? Well, no, it's just that when I swallow, it kind of feels like me epi is too big for me glottis. Well, thanks very much, Duffy. I'll call you back. Eddie.
Yes, sir?
Eddie, I got big news. I'm leaving for an operation, and while I'm gone, guess what? You, little insignificant Eddie Green, will become head manager of Duffy's Tavern.
Oh, joy.
Eddie, you don't seem to understand. I'm turning the throne over to you. You alone will rule Duffy's Tavern. You will be monarch of all you survey.
Monarch. Let's form a republic, shall we?
You don't seem to realize that this is a great honor.
Uh-huh. Any extra money?
Think of it. Manager of Duffy's Tavern.
Mm-hmm. No extra money.
But think what you can learn as the head manager.
Mr. Archer, you don't have to sell me. You know I'm going to take your place. I have to.
Eddie, I'd rather you didn't do it just because you have to. I'd like you to do it because you want to do it. Now, come on, tell me that you want it. Come on.
Do I have to?
Yes.
I want to.
That's the spirit, and don't be afraid that the job is too big for you, kid. You can do it. Main thing is to keep the place clean. I'd like to find it just as I left it.
Yeah, well, make up your mind. Any other suggestions?
Well, when you close up at night, make sure that the customers is piled neatly on the sidewalk.
Yes, sir?
And about the free lunch, be sure to trim the edges off the salami every couple of days. No, most customers prefer it one color. Then remember to blow the dust off the white bread so that it don't get confused with the pumpernickel. And one other thing, don't under any circumstances serve no liquor after 2 o'clock except for medicinal purposes. Or cash.
Well, sir, how about the tablecloth? Should I change them?
No, I'll only be gone a week.
Yeah, you mean if complications don't set in?
Well, Eddie, for the kind of dough I'm paying this doctor, he can't afford to have complications set in.
Well, all I hope is you got a good doctor. You know, them tonsil operations can be very dangerous.
They can? Now, look, Eddie, it'll take more than a tonsillectomy to frighten me.
All right.
Please. With a face like yours, you shouldn't sneak up on people.
Sorry, hey, what did I hear about you having an operation?
Yep, Finnegan, they're going to take out me tonsils.
Well, don't let it worry you too much, Art. They'll probably grow back.
Grow back. I don't want them to grow back. People don't need tonsils. It's a waste of biology. They're useless.
Oh, yeah? Then why did Mother Nature give them to us?
Well, once in a while, Mother Nature slips up and wastes a few things. She gave you a brain, didn't she?
I don't get the connection.
There ain't none. You don't connect. But just take my word for it, Finnegan. It's a very good thing once in a while to have a tonsillectomy.
A tonsillectomy?
A tonsillectomy. The word is the contraction of two Greek roots. Tonsa, meaning tonsils, and nectomy, meaning they're between the neck and the stomach. Is that clear, Finnegan?
Well, not too clear, but don't forget, Arch, I'm not a Greek. Hey, look, Arch, how come a guy like you never became a doctor?
Well, I often wonder. I guess it was kismet. I think I would have been a pretty good doctor, too, Finnegan. In fact, in chemistry class, they used to call me Archie the Cadaver. Yeah, I agree with you. I might have been a very good doctor.
Well, then how come you never went through with it, Arch?
My handwriting was too plain. But I got no regrets.
Well, you're certainly brave about this operation, Arch.
Brave? No. What? Tonsils? Nothing.
Oh, no? Then why do they give you ether?
They do?
Yeah.
Well, that's just a formality, a traditional tribute that doctors pay to the memory of the inventor of ether, a Swedish woman named Anesthetic. You've heard of her, of course.
Heard of her? I even saw Greer Garson play the part. Well, I still say you're very brave, Father.
Well, what's to be worried about?
That's right. That's right. It's just what me Uncle Willie said when they took his tonsils out.
Was the operation successful?
Successful? It was the biggest funeral you ever saw.
You mean that your Uncle Willie died of a tonsillectomy?
Yeah, but don't let that worry you, Arch. Doctor said it was because of the way Uncle Willie was built. You see, he was a tall, skinny guy with a scrawny neck and a long... Sorry, Arch.
You don't have to be sorry, Finnegan. A story about your Uncle Willie don't scare me. He was probably much older than I am. Wasn't he?
Sorry, Arch.
Now, wait a minute, Finnegan.
Hello, Archie.
Oh, hello, Miss Duffy.
What's the matter? You look a little green around the gills.
I ain't green around the gills at all. In fact, I was just having a laugh. Finnegan here was telling me how his Uncle Willie died from having his tonsils out.
Well, so what's so funny about that? Thousands of people die every day from having their tonsils out.
Now, Miss Duffy, don't exaggerate. It's just a simple little operation. Besides, what do you know about it?
What do I know about it? Why, I had my tonsils out when I was a little girl.
Well, in them days, science was still groping. They probably tied a string around your tonsils and slammed the door.
Okay, whistle past the graveyard.
Huh?
I know what I'm talking about. Listen, Archie. I knew a girl once whose brother had a friend that worked for a man that sold old magazines to a doctor. And this doctor told him
wait
that...
Wait just a second. You lost me in the reception room. Who told who what?
Well, he told the boss of the boy whose friend was my girlfriend's brother. That's who.
Oh.
Well, anyways, this doctor's nurse was a friend of my girlfriend, and she said that some very dangerous complications...
Now, wait a minute, Miss Duffy. I've heard enough. I'm telling you, it's just a simple operation.
Well, then, what are you worried about?
I ain't worried. Who's worried?
Well, Archie, look at it this way. Nobody lives forever.
Do you mind if I try? stop talking about it. Holy cannon. I wonder if it's really... Oh, no, it couldn't be.
You still worried, Miss Archie?
Yep, Eddie, I certainly am. I never thought I'd live to see the day I die. But it'll be a great opportunity for you, old man.
Mr. Archie, now, what you getting yourself all worked up for? You ain't gonna die.
I'm afraid I am, Eddie.
Oh, no, you ain't.
But, Eddie, I am.
And I say you ain't.
Now, look, when I say I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Now, don't argue. After all, you ain't the head manager yet.
Ain't this... But leaving this job.
Well, I'll have a new job, Eddie. A job managing that tavern in the sky.
Yeah. 8 to 5, they put you in charge of the downtown branch.
Eddie, this is not all as silly as it seems to you. It all adds up. Now I know the meaning of that dream that I had last night.
Dream?
Yeah. You see, I was walking along in a fog.
You sure you were sleeping?
Anyway, I was riding down 3rd Avenue in this snowy white chariot, all dressed up in spangles and shiny sequences. When all of a sudden, I look around, and I'm being chased by a big red consul. So I turn around to the consul and I say, "What do you want with me?"
What did the consul say?
It said, "Quick, where's the hospital? I gotta have my archies removed." So then I woke up.
That's the end of the dream?
It was more than just a dream, Eddie. It was a sign, a warning that Gabriel was getting ready to blow his horn.
When Gabriel gets a look at you, he's going to blow his top. Yes. So you figure your time has come, huh?
Yep. It looks like I'm going on a long journey. That one-way ride to the pearly gates. That's it. Laugh at me. Ridicule me just because I'm going. I don't mind. They all laughed at all great men. Thomas Edison. They said his electric light was a joke. It wouldn't work. It was incandescent.
Yes, how true.
Take all of our pioneers. Take John Smith. When he was alive, nobody knew him but Pocahontas. Today, his name is on every hotel register in the country. Look at General Grant. Grant is a famous man today, right?
Right.
But did people go to visit his tomb when he was alive? And that's the way it'll be with me, Eddie. Someday, they'll name parks after me. Streets.
Yeah. 3rd Avenue will probably be renamed the Avenue of the Arches. Yes, sir. Sounds like once you're dead, you're really going to be living.
Well, I guess it's my destiny. But there are a lot of things I'm going to miss, though.
Hello, Archie.
See what I mean? Peggy, stand there. Don't move. I want to remember you always, just as you are now, with the soft light from the pinball machine playing in your head.
Oh, why all the hearts and flowers?
Why? Because this is aloha, Peggy Lee. Aloha and goodbye, heart.
Archie, you're not going to Honolulu.
Honolulu? Would 'twere that it was. No, Peggy, I'm going on a longer journey. Look, brace yourself, honey.
Archie, what is it?
Having the tonsils out. So I guess it's goodbye.
Oh, wait a minute. Having your tonsils out, is that all?
Is that all? Do you realize what they got to do to get at the tonsils?
Well, what?
Well, in the first place, they got to amputate the palate from both tonsils. Which is dangerous enough in itself. And then they got to bisect the larynx in order to suture the adenoids. And all the while having to be very careful not to causterize the gallbladder. And she says, is that all?
Well, I'm sorry to hear all this, Archie.
Well, I thought you'd take it pretty hard. Well,
Well?
Don't you want to seal me doom with a goodbye kiss?
Oh, it's time for me to do my number, and I...
Okay, I understand. Kiss me now, you'd be so choked up you wouldn't be able to sing. All right. Go ahead, honey. Sing me a swan song. Something I can remember. Something that I can strum on a harp.
Waiting for the train to come in. Waiting for my man to come home. I've counted every minute of each livelong day. Been so melancholy since he went away. I've shed a million teardrops or more. Waiting for the one I adore. I'm waiting in the depot by the railroad track, looking for the choo-choo train that brings him back. I'm waiting for my life to begin, waiting for the train to come in. I'm waiting in the depot by the railroad track, looking for the choo-choo train that brings him back. I'm waiting for my life to begin, waiting for the train to come in, waiting, just waiting. I'm waiting for the train to come in.
Sweet kid, ain't she, Eddie?
Yes, she sure is.
Too bad I had to come into her life at the last minute and spoil her for ordinary men. But, Eddie, I want you to take care of her after I, well, to be delicate, croak off. See that she goes out with other guys. Well, I guess it's time to make out me will.
You will? You ain't got no money.
That's beside the point. When you die, you got to make out a will. Now, let's see what I can leave. The Harvard pennant, the imitation sheepskin from PS4, the Boy Scout knife with the 4 notches in it.
4 notches?
Yeah, I unconsciously nicked 4 Scoutmasters with it. And there's, oh yeah, maybe you'd like this, Eddie. Me badge collection. The complete set. Every badge from 23 Skidoo right down to chicken inspector.
You know, I don't want to be a ghoul, but who's getting you tired that lights up in the dark and says, kiss me, baby?
Well, Eddie, I was kind of figuring on being buried in that.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, hello, Duffy, old man. I got some news for you. I told you about me tonsil operation. Well, I'm not expected to live. Huh? What else is new? Boy, am I going to come back and haunt that guy.
Miss Archie, I just want to ask...
Just a second, Eddie. I got to finish up this will. Let's see. I, Archie, soon to be known as the party of the hereafter, being of sound mind and inflamed tonsils, do hereby and forthwith know all ye men by these presents. That sound pretty airtight, Eddie?
Yes, it's a complete vacuum.
Thank you, Eddie. You know, sometimes I think it was a great loss to the legal profession when I became a doctor.
Well, a man like you would be a great loss to any profession. Incidentally, ain't it almost time for you to leave for the hospital?
Yeah, I guess it is. Well, so long, Eddie.
So long, Mr. Archie.
So long, old man.
So long, old boy.
By the way, before I go, remember that $5 I borrowed from you in the spring of 1937?
I remember.
Well, I want you to know that I remember it, too.
So long, Eddie.
So long, Miss Archie. So long, Five.
Let's see. Yes, Miss Duffy. Miss Duffy, before I go, I want to straighten something out. You know, in the past, it has always been my policy to tell you how ugly you are.
Well, Archie, after all, why should you be an exception?
Well, that's sweet of you, but at an hour like this, I want you to know that the real reason that I despise your looks was because I thought you were beautiful, and I didn't want you to get a swelled head.
Archie, do you really mean it?
Well, now, don't press me. After all, I'm going to be up to judgment one of these days.
Well, Archie, while we're making confessions, I have one, too.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know how I've always told Papa that you were stupid and lazy and that you robbed the cash register?
Yeah. You're sorry, sir, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Duffy.
Certainly. It isn't your fault that Papa's dumb enough to hire someone like you.
Thank you.
Well, Archie, I guess maybe we won't be seeing each other again unless it's in the hereafter.
Yeah? If I ever see a dame flying around the halls of Montezuma whistling at Marines, I'll know it's you. Until then, good hunting, old bean. I'll be seeing you.
Archie, aren't you going to say goodbye to me?
Well, Peggy, I didn't quite know how you felt about me.
Why, you silly boy. By being so nice, you've gotten me to the point where I'm ready for romance.
How do you like that? I soften her up. Now some other guy will come along and cash in.
No, Archie, stop talking that way. You're coming back. And here's something to take with you in the meantime.
Eddie, tell Cavendish the undertaker that the right side of me face is not to be embalmed. Well, farewell, Peggy, me dear. Now, let's see. Did I forget anybody?
Hi, Art.
Of course, me old pal Finnegan.
Art, I brought you a present for when you go to the hospital. I hope it fits you.
Oh, thanks. What is it?
Me sister's bed jacket.
Your sister's bed jacket, huh?
Yeah. She wore it at the time she had twins. Maybe it'll bring you the same good luck.
Finnegan, I got a secret. I ain't gonna be a mother. I'm just having me tonsils took out. Well, I guess this is it. Goodbye, Clifton, old man.
Art, you sure you ain't gonna live through it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Well, in that case, say hello to me, Uncle Willie.
All right, I'll do that, Finnegan.
And, Art.
Yeah?
There's something else. I don't know whether I should ask you or not.
What is it?
Would it be too much to ask you to kiss me before you go?
Well, maybe it'd be better if we waited and made sure I was going. You can always catch me at the grave. Well, gang, I guess this is the 0 hour. And I want to tell you so. I'll never forget you from the innermost cockles of me heart. Oh, so long.
Come on, fellas, give it to him.
Huh?
Why did there have to be such things as tonsils in the world anyway?
Tavern for this evening, but let's meet here again at the same time next Friday night when our guest will be Alan Young. Archie will be in the hospital, as you've all heard tonight. We weren't kidding. But he'll be back with us again week after next.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
We take you now to Duffy's Tavern, starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern. Where do you leave me? Feet, Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy, old bean, old pal. Well, I'm happy tonight, huh?
There's package for you, Miss Archie.
Oh, let's see. Hey, Duffy, somebody just sent me a potted plant for a present. Let's see. The card says to Archie from an ardent admirer. Well, that could be any one of 10,000 dames. I'll call you back, Duffy. Let me see that card again, Eddie. Yeah, the handwriting is female, all right.
Could it be from your girlfriend, Mildred DeCognac?
No. No, Eddie, she wouldn't have sent it. Mildred and me had a falling out, kind of a lover's quarrel.
Lover's quarrel, huh?
Yeah, she got mad at me because I resented her getting married.
You suppose it could have been that Bertha Kowalska?
Bertha Kowalska Dimachek? Yeah. Big Bertha, you mean?
That's right. The one that there was that question about.
About whether she was a woman or a horse?
That's right.
Nah, I never believed that, Eddie. It was just one of them ugly rumors, Of course, there was that one time when she went out to buy a pair of shoes and they caught her sneaking into the blacksmith shop, but... I'm sure the dame was human.
Well, you think maybe she sent you the plant?
Nah. She forgot about me as soon as she started running around with that trainer from Santa Anita. Guy had a lot of sugar, Hey, wait a minute. You remember me telling you about a dame that picked me up at the Excelsior Ballroom the other night? Peaches Bethnick?
Yeah.
Well, when we were saying goodnight, she forced her phone number into me hand. And give me that phone, Eddie. Bet you she sent me the plan. Hello? Hello, is Peaches Bethnick there? Oh, hello, Mr. Bethnick. Let me talk to your daughter, please. She ain't your daughter, she's your... I'm calling for one of them radio surveys, sir. And what program are you Well, thank you, sir. Goodbye.
What was he listening to? John's other Bethnick?
Don't be so smart, Eddie. Well, we'll find out who sent the plant later. In the meantime, leave us take care of it, huh? And nurture it. Now, the first thing a plant needs is fresh air. Open the window, Eddie.
I hate to do it.
Why?
Well, you know as well as I do. Any fresh air that comes in here is committing suicide.
Now, don't argue, Eddie. Open the window. Well, there was no harm to inhale a little fresh aqua pura neither.
Okay.
Now, Eddie, let's take a deep... Eddie, close it.
Okay. Boy, that stuff is strong.
Yeah, it might be too strong for a young plant like that. It's liable to catch cold in its little tendrils. Maybe if we just left a little sunlight hit it.
Sunlight? No, you can't let that stuff in here neither. You know our customers, they put on dark glasses when the pinball machine lights up. Oh, boy, you certainly taken a fatherly interest in this plant.
Well, I can't help it, Eddie. It's the call of nature. You know something about me?
What?
Well, on the surface, you look at me and you say, there's a typical sophisticated man about town.
I don't.
Others do. But deep down, underneath, believe me, I'm a man of the soil. Maybe it don't show on the surface.
It shows.
Well, thank you. I hark to the farmyard, to the cackle of the hen, to the bleat of the heifer, to the good earth and its dragon seed.
You got any good earth around here?
Yeah, but where, Eddie? On the top of the bar. On the top of the table. Just topsoil. I'm talking about the real thing. To get away from it all and go out and commute with nature in the raw.
Don't you think you should at least wear a pair of overalls?
Eddie, please. Yeah, I guess I'm a bumpkin at heart, Eddie. Even when I was a kid, I was in love with nature in all her various shapes. Of course, as I grew older, the shapes I was in love with became more various. I always remember as a kid, as a barefooted boy, I'd sit in my backyard for hours watching the sun sink slowly to rest behind me father's underwear. Hanging on a wash line, On clear nights, I'd gaze up towards the sky and count the thousands of twinkling little lights on Chin Lee's chop suey sign. Yeah, my little heart filled with the wonder out of it all.
And your little nose filled with new mold carbon monoxide.
In fact, one of the happiest moments of my life was when I became a member of the 3rd Avenue Woodcraft Cadets.
3rd Avenue Woodcraft Cadets?
Yeah, that was a group that couldn't pass the physical to get into the Boy Scouts. Yeah, them was the days. We used to go tramping in the woods, hunting and fishing. Every Sunday morning, our leader would gather us all together and say, "Well, cadets, it's time for our tramp." Well, Finnegan, I was telling Eddie here about the 3rd Avenue Woodcraft Cadets. Finnegan here was a member. Right, Finnegan?
Right. I think of the cadets every spring when I get my head shaved.
How come?
Well, Arch, it still shows where you carved the emblem in me head.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Finnegan, but I still swear I thought it was a rock.
Well, serves me right for being such a sound sleeper.
Boy, what days. Remember the signals, Finnegan?
Oh, like a ton of bricks.
Quick, name your troop and give the high sign.
Willigaducha, hip hooray, hail, Woodcraft Cadets.
Right, fish patrol, splish, splish, splish. Name your patrol and give the high sign.
Indian patrol.
Very good, Finnegan. I didn't think you'd remember. I bet you forgot the laws in the handbook, though. Quick, who is brave and who is fearless?
A Woodcraft Cadet.
Who helps old ladies across the street?
A Woodcraft Cadet.
Who is happy and gay, come no matter what?
A Woodcraft Cadet.
Who should have stood in bed? Eddie Green?
Oh.
It may sound silly now, Mr. Green, but believe me, it's great fun when you're childish. Finnegan, remember the time we combined with the campfire girls and went for a hike? Must have been about 20 of us guys to about 30 dames.
Yeah, and one box of sandwiches.
Yeah, that's right. Some jerk wanted to eat.
What do you mean, Judge? I was hungry.
The days. And it was a great education, too. Eddie? We learned all about flowers and plants and gardening. Believe me, if it hadn't been for the cadets, I wouldn't know a chrysanthemum from a rhododendron.
Well, what is the difference, Mr. Burbank?
Well, Eddie, you see, the chrysanthemum, or as it's technically known, the Hypernicus mandamus, has longer pistils shooting from its fungus. While, on the other hand, the rhododendron is more like the petunia, or Evictus noxvonicus. See, the stem is closer to the roots, and the pollen is more gregarious. Answer that, Eddie, will you?
Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where the flora meets the fauna. Eddie the greenhouse speaking. What? Oh, just a second. Mr. Archer, your nurse from the hospital.
Very nice. Hello? Huh? How's me tonsils? Well, you should know better than I do. You got them over there.
Did I get what? Oh, I've been combing me friends to figure out who sent me that plant. Well, it was very sweet of you, Miss McGillicuddy. Thank you very much. Okay. Holy cat, Eddie. I called that nurse every name in the book, stuck pins in a hot water bottle, told her how ugly she was, threatened to have her fired, and here she sends me a lovely potted plant. What is it with me?
Must be that personal magnetism of yours.
I guess so. Wonder what kind of a plant it is. Let's see. It looks a little like the biannual night-blooming eucalyptus. Yeah, I think it is. You can tell by the way the moss grows on the north or lee side of the pot. See, that helps make it grow straight up.
Now, this is ridiculous. A vegetable garden in the backyard?
Why not?
Oh, because closet's covered with tin cans, broken glass, old shoes, egg crates, garbage cans, old rags, bedposts, iron gates, and Moriarty sleeping one off.
But, Ed, somewhere underneath all of that junk is good dirt, old Mother Earth. We could grow radishes, turnips, succotash, mangoes, beets.
Think you got beets in your belfry. Look, in the first place, even if you got all that junk out of there, which will be very difficult.
Yeah?
And there is earth under it, which I doubt.
Go ahead.
And the earth is suitable for planting, which it wouldn't be.
Possible.
How many vegetables could you plant in 10 square feet of dirt, which probably won't be any good after you dug it out from under that ton of junk that'll be too tough to move anyhow?
You get yourself into this. Let me see you get yourself out.
Mr. Archie, the whole thing is impossible.
Eddie, it is not impossible to a man with a dirt mind. It can all be taken care of with modern methods of soil erosion. Right? There would be a fortune in that garden. I bet you I could make a deal with Carucci, the fruit peddler, and sell him all his vegetables. Hey, that's an idea, Eddie. Go over to Carucci's store and tell him I want to see him, will you? Oh, Finnegan, hey, this is the man I'm looking for. Finnegan, how would you like to have some great fun?
Doing what?
Well, in the backyard, there's a nice big pile of junk. Think how much fun a guy could have throwing it into a wheelbarrow and carting it to the dumps. Don't that sound exciting?
Oh, Sally. What's the job worth?
Oh, say $50.
I'll give you a quarter and not a penny more.
All right. Yeah. Okay, Finnegan, it's a deal. Now, go on and get started.
Hey, Archie.
What is it, Miss Duffy?
What's this about a farm in the backyard? What do we need a farm for?
Well, what does anybody need a farm for? Where do your vegetables come from?
From the can.
But where did they come from before that?
From the grocery store.
But where does the grocery store get them?
From the wholesaler.
And where does the wholesaler get them from?
From the canning factory.
Duffy, are you sure that there ain't a farm in there someplace?
Archie, I think it's a very crazy idea, and I'm going to tell that to Papa.
Look, Mister, look at it this way. If we have a farm here at the tavern, it makes your old man a farmer, which in turn makes you a farmer's daughter. Sound interesting?
Archie, I'm not interested in traveling salesmen.
Oh, don't let the salesman worry you. They'll probably take one look at you and keep traveling anyhow.
Wait a second, Archie. Just what are you insinuating?
I am merely insinuating that you are the only dame I know who, when you're getting ready for bed, the guy across the street pulls his shade down.
Well, that settles it. Now I'm really going to tell Papa that you're wasting his time.
Now, wait, Miss Duffy. I was only kidding. Just think about it. The farm could be a very romantic place. You know, a boy and a girl running barefooted to a bed of asparagus. You know the old expression, even dames with wigs can become a missus in your cabbage patch.
I don't need a cabbage patch. If I put my mind to it, I could become a missus very easily.
Well, the rumor is, Miss Duffy, that very few men would marry you.
Well, very few would be enough. Think it otherwise, guys.
Have you got the yard cleaned up yet?
Half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I'll take more time. That's where I put the stuff I cleaned up from the first half.
Maybe you better go back and try it left-handed. Maybe you'll come out even.
Okay, Archie. Hello, Archie. How's the boy?
Well, Calucci, how are you?
Oh, honky-donkey. Hey, what's the plant you got there?
Well, nice sent it to me, Calucci.
What kind of plant is that?
I think it's eucalyptus.
No, that's not a eucalyptus.
What? That's a eucalyptus?
That's a joke, Bambino. That's a joke.
Well, I'm glad to see you anyway. Tell me, how's the Sonora and all the little seniorities?
Well, the old lady, she's going to have another Bambino.
How many Bambinos you got now, Calucci?
Well, let me see. There's Teresa, Maria, Antoinette, Carmelita, Lucia, Philomena, Grazie,
Look, Colucci, it's getting late. Just give me a rough estimate.
Well, let me see. I think there's about 14 girls.
14? Even for a vegetable man, that's a lot of tomatoes.
That's right. Now, what's the proposition you want to talk to me about?
Oh, the proposition, yeah. Colucci, tell me. Have you got $50?
Very good. Goodbye.
Just a second, Colucci. At least listen to the proposition, will you?
Okay. I listen, but my pocketbook, she is dead.
All right. It's very simple. You see, I happen to be an expert on raising vegetables, and I need a little cash for modern machinery. Electric caterpillars and automatic silos and things. Now, you're a vegetable man.
Just a minute. What kind of stuff do you want to raise?
Well, what do you make the most profit on?
Well, grapefruit, pineapple, oranges.
Just what I was thinking of raising. Oranges. Colucci, how would you like to be the first guy to sell an orange that is both seedless and skinless? With a built-in rind. And no navel.
That's wonderful. How you make the orange grow like this, huh?
I grabbed them from an eggplant. More than that, I can't tell you. Hello? International Harvester? This is Archie, the manager of Duffy's Tavern. Tell me, what do you get for one of your tractors? How much for a half tractor? Quarter tractor? What have you got in a wheelbarrow? Hello? Somebody ought to tell them guys that the war is over. Cavalry has discharged a lot of horses that are now looking for jobs. Let's see, what else there is for me to check up on?
Hi, Art.
Oh, yeah, Finnegan, did you clean up the other half of the yard?
No, I ran into a little trouble. You see, I took the stuff from the first half and put it back on the second half.
Yeah, I know.
Well, then I took the stuff from the second hat and put it back on the first hat.
Well, Finnegan, in that case, you got all of the junk back the way it was.
Oh, I thought it looked familiar.
Finnegan, sometimes I think your mother would have been better off if you had delivered the store. Now get back there, Cadet Finnegan, and try it again.
Okay, I can do it. Hey, which last guy?
Kyle. Well, Colucci, did you take a look at the backyard?
Yeah. Did you raise all this junk by yourself?
Colucci, I'm afraid you lack imagination. Now, come answer the window a minute. Now, I'll tell you how I got it planned. You see that pile of ashes out there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, between them ashes and that rubber boot will be the Pinapla Grove. Now, you see Mrs. Duffy's old closet there? Well, between that and that rusty carburetor will be nothing but avocados. Over there, where that Model T fender and a horsehair sofa are heaped against the no dumping sign next to the busted coffee grinder, will be, guess what?
What?
A new vegetable named after me.
The string of beans?
No, Colucci, not the string bean. The artichoke. Now tell me, what do you think of the whole idea?
I can tell you in 2 words. Artichoke.
Now, wait a second, Colucci.
Hey, I got a surprise for you.
A surprise?
Yeah, you thought that underneath that junk was nothing but a lot of dirt.
Well?
You're in luck. The whole thing is cement. Looks like the man has blown his top, Saul. Cement. That's what I want to hear. Goodbye, Archie.
Well, guess that ends that. I guess I got to start all over again. Eddie, hand me that potted eucalyptus plant.
Not me. No, I ain't touching that plant.
Why not?
Well, I had a hunch about that plant, so I looked it up. You know what that eucalyptus turned out to be?
What?
Only toxic convention hebera. In other words, poison ivy.
Don't be silly. That nurse was nuts about me. Besides, I know poison ivy when I see it. Eddie, would you mind scratching me back? If that is poison ivy, Eddie, I'll eat your hat in Macy's window.
This is the